Welcome back to the PP Zone. This is your host, Mike.
If you're looking to get yourself a nice full-size pistol, you're going to love today's topic, which is about the best full-size pistols in 9mm. Some might ask the question, what you might want with a 9mm, and this even in full size. Okay, this question has some merit, so let's get to it. First, 9mm is not as bad as some make it out. Granted, there are calibers with smaller rounds and bigger calibers with stronger rounds. However, that's the perfect reason for the 9mm. It's an acceptable average. If you do not need to conceal your gun while wearing a tight dress for the ladies or a just pants and shirt for the guys, there's no need to get a smaller round for a smaller gun. As long as you do not go through bear country regularly or have no strange affinity for one-on-one encounters with a bear, you do not need anything stronger. When it comes to the size, we can go almost the same way. As long as there's no need to go compact or even subcompact, you should not entertain the idea to do so. Why? To hit, you need to aim properly. That's hard with smaller guns, as they're much harder to hold thanks to their small or even just tiny grips. Also, there's some recoil management needed. That's way harder to do if there's not enough real estate on the grip to get a good hold. Also, full-size pistols can often be concealed if you accept some limitations to your fashion choices. On the flip side, using oversized guns like one of these really big revolvers in 500 Magnum or 45-70 is not a real consideration as long as you're not keen on meeting bears. In short, there's no strong need to go bigger and only a limited need according to circumstances to go smaller than the average full-size pistol. This leaves us with a nice and beautiful selection of full-size 9mm pistols. All the links to the following products you can find in the description. Do not hesitate to give them a click if you want to know more about them or if you want to order one of them. The Glock 17 Gen 5 MOS. When speaking of the full-size pistol, it's almost impossible to avoid Glock. This is the same when you go for 9mm. With the Glock 17, you get not only a very reliable and accurate gun, but also one that is extremely popular, be it for self-defense, home defense, or law enforcement. This makes it easy to find the aftermarket support you need to simply stock up on mags. This is the 5th generation of this beauty, and it's worth the upgrade. Its finish is better than that of the Gen 4 model. This leads to less wear when drawing or holstering your gun. Also, it got the new marksman barrel for enhanced accuracy. Furthermore, the so often hated finger grooves of the Gen 4 are omitted. This makes it easier to hold the gun and helps with the lock as well. The sight radius is sufficient and the mags come with 17 rounds as a standard. However, there are options with up to 33 rounds out there. However, so far that's simply the Gen 5. Let's come to the MOS variant. MOS stands for Modular Optics System. This allows you to mount a nice red dot to further enhance your accuracy. It has to be mentioned, though, that this is still not a target gun, but rather a gun for self or home defense. The target model is the big brother of the Glock 17, the Glock 34. The Glock 34 Gen 5 MOS. Here comes Glock's target gun in 9mm, the Glock 34 Gen 5 MOS. This model is ready for competition and is used by many pro shooters. It's similar to the Glock 17. The size of the grip and frame are the same, but it comes with a longer slide and a longer barrel. Also, the trigger is better and the sights are adjustable. Besides that, it sports the same features that are Gen 5 standard. Thanks to the longer barrel, you have a slightly higher muzzle velocity for a flatter trajectory of the bullets. Also, the sight radius is increased as well. This makes it easier to place good shots, especially if you're under pressure and aim for targets at longer distances. Of course, being a Glock in Gen 5 means also that you do not have to be satisfied with all the goodies the gun brings to the table right out of the box. There are a plethora of options for customization available that allows you to tune your Glock 34 exactly to your personal liking. The SIG P320X5 Legion. Who knows the history of the SIG P320? Knows also that this gun has a somewhat troubled start. However, all the issue got sorted out over time. This can be seen in this little beauty winning the U.S. Army contract for the new military pistol as the M17. Where the P320 shines, the X5 Legion goes one step further as the variant for competitions. As such, it's not only precise, but it brings a lot of features with it that makes it a great handgun to shoot in every environment and all circumstances. The frame of the X5 Legion is made of polymer infused with tungsten that gives the gun more heft and ruggedness. It can better withstand abuse, and the added weight makes the recoil management so much easier. This combination of materials means the gun has the same weight as a steel frame would, but adds the resistance against impacts that the polymer offers. This makes this gun super cool. You can feel what you're carrying, and there are no issues if it drops. Naturally, this gun comes with a bull barrel that is match grade with all the accuracy you can get from it. The trigger is light and also competition style. It has a very clean break, and the reset is very tactical. Your aim with Dawson precision adjustable fiber optic target sights. The slide is drilled with tapped, allows you to mount a range of other sights, including the SIG Romeo 1 Pro. For the capacity, there are 3 mags included. Each holds 17 rounds and has an aluminum base plate. Also, you get a removable mag well extension. This allows you faster reloads. Finally, you can turn this baby itself. For that, you have a steel guide, rod, and toe recoil springs that are interchangeable. Thanks to the front rail, you can also attach a light or other accessory and build your perfect gun for home defense. The CZ75B. The CZ75 is accurate, reliable, popular, and does not break your bank. What more can you want? Exactly. That's why you find it on this list. You can find it in a lot of configurations, among them the B model with a firing pin block safety. This gives you a little bit more safety when you carry that nice piece. The gun comes with a steel frame and a double-action, single-action system. This was one of the most important factors behind the popularity of this gun. Also, you get a 3-dot sight and a capacity of 16+1, meaning 16 rounds in the magazine, 1 in the chamber. The CZ75B has a slide-in frame design. This gives you the benefit of less recoil and a muzzle more in line with your hand. Built like a tank, it's almost impossible to damage or destroy it. All this is coupled with dead-on ergonomics so that this gun just feels right in your hand. While ergonomics is a rather subjective characteristic, there are many shooters attributing the 75B with it. This means there is a general consensus that this gun just fits your hand and is easy to handle and shoot. The CZ Shadow 2. If the CZ75 is your thing, the CZ Shadow 2 will blow you away. It was designed and built to dominate USPSA shooting competition in the production division. It has done a good job at that. Actually, it was so good that around 1/3 of the shooters in these competitions favor SZ pistols, with the Shadow 2 being a big percentage of those. The trigger of the 75 is already great, and the Shadow 2 improved it significantly. It sports an undercut trigger guard and beaver tail that is riding high. The result is that your hand is as close to the bore axis as it can be. This minimizes muzzle flip. The release button for the magazine is reversible. There are 3 positions from which you can choose. This way, it can be safely out of your way, but be still easily reachable for you. You aim with a Hajo rear and fiber optic front sight. The rear sight can be adjusted for elevation and windage. It makes for a good home defense gun, but the price is a little bit steeper at $1,200. However, for that, you get what you need to deal with any intruder on your terms. And besides, you can bring it to a competition and aim for a good position. Pun intended. There you have it. If you like our content, give us a like and share this video, subscribe to our channel, and see you again when it's time for another